is 2 to 3 minutes. We had David Chen for the first speaker evaluation. He had 3 minutes and 32 seconds. And when I raised that, and then he's trying to catch up, finish up. And the next one is, the next speaker is Deason. He had 1 minute, 45 seconds, which is right in the timing. And the last one, Joanne, I had 3 minutes, 20 seconds, a little bit over for the Marty's evaluation. That's all for the timing.
As Joanne mentioned the timing, for any of our speeches, so let's say when you're a prepared speaker, the majority of speeches in Toastmasters are 5 to 7 minutes. So what you do is you get green at 5 minutes, you get yellow at 6, and you get red at 7. And you have 30 seconds to wrap it up. And when Marty was leading table topics, we have 1 to 2 minutes, which means that you get the green at 1 minute, you get the yellow at 1.5 minutes, and you get red at 2 minutes, and again, you have 30 seconds to wrap it up. And the same thing with the evaluators, they have 2 to 3 minutes, so you get the green at 2, they get the yellow at 2.5, and then they get the red at 3, and that means they have 30 seconds to wrap it up. Because that way it kind of keeps us more cognizant of the time. And then when you have to speak either in your company or outside of Toastmasters, you're more aware of the time. So if you have 40 to 45 minutes, like Amy, she was doing, what, 50 minutes? It's your keynote? I'm sorry, Amy? Amy, when you did your keynote, you what, 45 minutes? How long did you have?
Oh, that one is 8 to 9 minutes.
Oh, you had 8 to 9 minutes. So then she probably would have the person let her know when she was at 8, 9, and 10 minutes, just to keep us aware of it. So now we get into the portion where we have all we sometimes call those word whiskers. The ahs, the ums, the likes, ands, the so's, the buts. And Jai is here to be our grammarian today and let us know how we do. And are you going to handle word of the day for us? Or Chen, you're going to let us know how many times you use word of the day?
She can.
Okay, Jai. Come on.
Thanks, Eric. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone, including my fellow Toastmasters and visitors. I'm really happy to be assigned this role because if you have been in this club for a while, I'm the queen of always saying that. So I'm really glad I can take this opportunity to learn from others how to control not saying those words because sometimes it could be distracting. So first of all, I apologize. At the beginning, I forgot about my role. I listened to word of the day and also Amy's because I was so engaged into your speech and learn about your idea. I really love that word. I think I should be the one who really take this word as my word of my day or word of my whatever. So Amy, because I think I really engaged your speech, so I didn't count that. Then to actually our guest, Fernanda. Did I pronounce your name right? Okay, welcome. And I started to realize, oh my gosh, I need to take this role. So, but I only count one. I only got one from you. So a really nice speech and very smooth. And the next one, Sha. And I mean, not like you are the next one, but I think Sandy, Marty, and Joanne, I didn't really catch any words from your speech until Sha, but you only got like 2. But I want to say maybe this is a kind of an excuse for myself and the people who occasionally say us. Us doesn't mean like really distracting people, but I think it depends on people, like when we think, when we move from one topic to the other one, we need a little bit moment or kind of try to find some connection between the topics or between our thoughts. And we say that. And I notice actually when people say us, it didn't really bother me, like, but not like keep all the time. So I only counted twice from you. Very great speech and I really enjoy it. And the next one would be this. For some reason I called 1, 2, 3, 4 4 times from you. I think most of the time came from your speech as evaluator. But like I said, I feel like very naturally. It doesn't really bother me. Next one will be David only once. And Joanne, actually for you, only when you do the evaluation part, I count about 5 times. but I said, it's not really, it's just very, very light, and move on to the next topic very quickly, so it doesn't really bother me. And definitely, Jerry, you are the king of no so I didn't sound anything from you, and also Marty. So, all right.
Thank you. I'll give you a little tip on how to prevent the ahs, the ums, the likes, and so's, and buts. It's real easy. Just close your lips. Seriously. You complete a sentence, just pause momentarily, and then move on to the next sentence. That's one of the easiest techniques you can use to eliminate or reduce the word fillers. Just pause for a moment and then move on to your next sentence. So my role as the general evaluator, I'm going to go through this very briefly because we have an officer election we have to conduct, and also since Marty voluntold some of you already to sign up for your next speech at the next meeting, we want to get to that part, and Marty will cover that. Are you leaving it too?
I'm leaving in a few minutes.
Okay, all right. So we'll get through this. As Toastmaster today, Marty did an excellent job. Marty always brings a lot of energy, a lot of passion, enthusiasm, and excitement to the role. So when you're the Toastmaster, you can watch Marty and others, and I challenge all of you to take on the Toastmaster roles because you get more speaking time, you get more stage time, because we're not a sitting and knitting club. You came here to speak, so it's an opportunity to speak more, not just sit and take it all in. You can practice effective listening, all that, but really it's the idea is to get up and speak. And Chen, thank you for word of the day. We used it quite a few times today, so excellent choice of words. To our speakers this afternoon, Amy, again, congratulations for continuing to step up, because the key to really public speaking is frequency and consistency. The more that you do it, the more relaxed you get, the more comfortable you get. And when those two things happen, you know what happens? You get really good. But you have to get up and you have to speak more often. And Sunday, you continue to amaze me. One, with your energy and your excitement. And again, you step up and you do it frequently, you do it consistently. And that's the key. And you come up with topics that we can all relate to. Just like with both Amy, when you can come up with a topic or a subject that we can all relate to, then it gives value to all of us. Because it has value to you or me or Marty or Sunday or Joanne, then it's going to have value to the rest of the audience. And Marty, pencil me in. Marty, I've heard Marty give that speech before, so this was a different version of it today. And I would agree with some of the comments is that when we have a topic or a subject, the main theme of it, you want to bring that up earlier on in the speech, and then kind of weave it into your body, and then into your close, and then call back to the very beginning. So Marty's a master most of the time when he does that, but always, like anything else, we continue to improve, we continue to grow, and by doing a speech again, he gets an opportunity to grow on that. To Joanne, thank you for being our timer today. G, thank you for being our grammarian today. Sometimes when we combine the word of the day, the grammarian, and the counter, we call him the wagmaster. So you can become the wagmaster. You can take on all three of those roles by combining them together. David, for being one of our evaluators today. Decent for being an evaluator. And also for Joanne, again, she did double duty today, just like Marty did double duty as a Toastmaster and the Topics Master. My overall comments, we started the meeting a little bit late today. We started at 12:44. When all possible, let's gavel down at 12:40 because we all have things to do after the meeting. We want to get through all of our speeches, evaluations, tabletops, etc. So just be aware that we want to start on time. The one thing, when you're the Toastmaster, I would suggest and encourage that ask the guests if they wouldn't mind, if they would just please stand up and introduce themselves and how they found Sunday Speakers. I also would suggest when you're the Toastmaster, you want to lead everyone into the mission statement of the club, because Marty referred back to that it's a positive, supportive learning environment. That's something we can always be reminded of just by reading the mission statement of the club. For the speakers, always be aware that you as a speaker, you're to provide your introduction for the Toastmaster. It's not the responsibility of the Toastmaster to make up your introduction. It doesn't have to be lengthy, but just a brief paragraph so it sets it up for the audience, and then the Toastmaster can properly introduce you. So I would suggest all of you, when you're going to give a future speech, don't worry about if it's a perfect introduction, just enough to let the audience know what the speech is about. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes, okay. Marty brought up something I think that's very important for us to be mindful of. The reason why we all came here. It's actually fivefold. It's for unlimited personal growth, because we know that the more we go, the more that we can grow, right? The more we attend meetings. And also, as I just said, it's a positive and supportive learning environment. There are no failures here, ladies and gentlemen. There are only moments of discovery. Because the only way any of us cannot succeed in Toastmasters, and notice I said not succeed, is by never getting up out of that chair and standing up in front of the group and speaking. Because the worst speech you'll ever give is the speech you never give. Let me say that again. The worst speech you ever give will be better than the one that you never give. And it's not for us to try to be perfect, it's for us just to improve and to grow. And last, for our new Toastmasters, and also just like Fernanda, she's a new Toastmaster 3 months, and for our guests, is that this is an opportunity for us to increase our self-confidence. And the way that we do that is just like Nike says, just do it. Just by getting up here and speaking about whatever you choose to speak about, that's going to help to increase your self-confidence. And the latter part of it, some of you may not think about, by taking on these various roles, it helps to increase your leadership skills. So some of you that may lead a team now, some of you may have never led a team, but this is an opportunity for to take on the Toastmaster role, general evaluator role, whatever it is, as a functionary role, you're actually helping to improve your leadership skills. And the last thing that I want to leave you with, I thought it was an excellent meeting today. I would like to see us all really keep up, the clapping, because that does give energy to the speakers. Because when you're a speaker, when Sunday comes up, she wants to hear that enthusiastic, excited clapping, because she can feed off of that. And also to keep that up throughout the meeting, because sometimes I've been to a lot of different clubs that doesn't provide a whole lot of energy. Marty and a couple of others of you could provide a lot of energy for the entire club, but it's great when we can all do that. So overall, I thought it was an excellent meeting today. Speakers did an excellent job. Everybody stepped up. And I would also like to thank our guests who participated in tabletop speeches. I know sometimes that's frightening and it's scary, but the more that you do that, it's not about coming up with the right answer. It's just an opportunity to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So with that said, as my role as general evaluator, I'm now going to turn it over to your club president, Michelle Wang, for any closing remarks. And also, I think we're going to have an officer election. So please help me welcome our president, Michelle Wang.
Thank you, Jerry, and thank you, Marty.
Definitely.
So let's give Marty a round of thank you, everybody, for coming today. I see a lot of old faces and Bill and Zhi. They were our members before, so welcome, join us back, and great. And so next one we're gonna do you see I already put the name here. We're gonna elect the next term's officers, and we have so I'm the current club president, and Chen is our VP Education, and David is our VP Membership right now, and Sandy is our VP PR, and Secretary is Gary, Treasurer is Jason, and they are current officers, and Certain Army is Jie Chen. So we have these candidates on board. You guys want to hear they are doing the election speech? Like 2 minutes? David? Tell us why. You will be a good club president for us.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. Michelle has done a great job as president. Don't we agree?
Yes.
Yes. Could you do 1 more year? She said, well, it's a policy we shouldn't do. Everybody should take turns. And I said, okay, I can try if nobody else wasn't told. As for qualification, I've been giving membership of this club from the beginning. And many years ago, I was we didn't form a charter club in the Chinese school. We had also Toastmaster club, and Jerry helped us. We were trying to charter club. I'm self-claimed president we ran for 1.5 years, and then we didn't have enough members. We didn't